life, you can't always have things the way you want them. As an artist, example, I was painting a picture, and then it took a lot of zen, and it gives me a good feeling to paint these types of pictures. Okay, and it was going to be an epic picture. It was for a special reason, for a special person, and it was going to be like my stab, stab the canvas uh, into the back into the fine art realm on a caliber and level of detail that I've been searching to get the mindset to do for so long. So I started this picture with turtles for a friend who loves turtles, and he's not the most physically fit, healthy. So, it's going to be a special picture. Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, it got disrupted because a man called 911 on me and said that I was this guy when I wasn't this guy. And then all this stuff happened. And then I was like trespassing and all that. And it ruined my peace. And I had triggers because I was beat up after being profiled by the police before and did jail time as an innocent man. And I had to sit there and get pushed around and deal with it for no reason, even though there was evidence. And I had evidence to prove. So it started getting at me. I couldn't finish the turtle picture. So, if I had been able to displace the threat and then the inconvenience and then the loss and then, the rest of the effects with the community that were going on, of having cops around you when you just show up in a community and you got an RV or a motorhome and you got long hair, people are like, hey, who's this guy? So there was nothing I could do about it. My social structure and everything started to downfall, and I wasn't able to finish the picture. And I wanted to get to that point, and I was given the opportunity to paint that picture and get to that level of crossroad and function where I could be, okay, this is going to be the epic piece that I'm going to do to resurrect be Lazarus artist for myself. And then either way I had it. Okay, the point is I was given, and it wasn't the situation I wanted, because I like to paint undisturbed. That's the whole reason I do it, is because sometimes I could disappear in the process and in the painting. And that was interrupted, and I wasn't getting that. It's like the love of my life, the high school love of my life, turned into some brothel prostitute that fucks everybody. So that's like while I'm making love to her, she turned into a nasty whore. I don't necessarily want that. Okay, so it's like, that's what happened to my painting. I was making love to the canvas, and it turned into something that was in the middle of war, and that's not real to me. Because if I am at war with the community around me that wants to say, we don't like you, it just took the context. So to have a life and to get what you want out of it, you have to have boundaries, you have to have prerequisites, you have to have a criteria, and you have to stick to that. And it's not just the act of the art. The act of the art was symbolistic. It was all the way around. It's because I was taking a form of myself that I liked. Okay? And that's what it was about. Because when I paint and I do certain techniques and things, it's a part of me that becomes alive, that I'm not living normally. So when I get that, it helps me, and it makes me feel real, and it's what I sought after and searched for. So as an artist, if it's not real, I don't want to make the love, because I'm not fucking around. That's not the context I embarked on. So the simple thing like a 911 call and police in your face, and then not being able to go to places that you went to before, or cut through parts of town because the property is now trespassed to you, so you have to go mile away just to go where it was 2 blocks before, really. And then it wasn't right. And that's why there's different kind of people. I was wanting to get a law degree when I first came. I was going to GCC. There was a couple reasons, and I looked at it, and it's not my life. I don't want to do that. So I'm just so glad there's people out there fighting for dreams, and it's their dream to fight for the dreams. In context of my life, it is too, as an artist. but it was really a rough time, and it's hard to make sense, and you can't go on the same with it. You have to make a change, and then when you come out of it, you realize that all time went by and your life's gone. And I don't suggest to anyone that you just take being pushed around lightly. I don't suggest to anyone that you be passive when somebody aggressively comes into your life and does something, either physically or, circumstantially, just to hinder you or cost you or displace you or change your vibration. You really got to look at stuff for what it is and try to keep your vibration. I wasn't able to keep it, and yet I got every single thing I wanted, but I had to take the bad with it, and the bad wasn't worth taking. I'm sorry. I can't just go around and let people be in my face if they're going to get like that without defending myself. And I don't want to call that. I don't present that because I don't cast the first stone. Some people just get irked because they're weak and their parents were weak and their upbringing was weak, and they were told that, people are bad by the way they look or by certain things. And two of the same thing, one is bad, one is not. One is bad and one is not. What you got? Anyway, so that's one I did on the fly. Insect. It's a praying mantis, and his name is Jarvis, and he's eating his little congealed amoebic humanoids. Okay, his little fleshies, they're delicious. He loves them. So we'll let you go with that. We'll let you see Jarvis's little fleshies right there. He loves them. It's Bruce Lee brand. Okay, because I think if Bruce Lee had a style, it would probably be like the mantis. So there you go. You gotta go with love, right? Go with love. Have a nice fucking day. And remember, because the turtles and elephants do.